Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pioneer Field on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Today's doubleheader between Volunteer State and Wabash Valley College out of Mount Carmel, Illinois. What did we figure, Alec? How far away was that? Did you ever look it up? 3.5 hours away. They brought 3 vans with them today. One of the top teams in the Great Rivers Athletic Conference, taking on VolState today. I believe we're doing 9 and 7, 9-inning contest in game 1, and a 7-inning contest in game 2. And it's just a 2-game series for these two teams. This is Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. I believe we're also broadcasting on Channel 19, Comcast cable access. Thanks to A.J. Fawson for getting everything ready to go today, chief engineer here at VolState. He's been huge help for all the broadcasts, baseball, softball, basketball, getting equipment lined up, and for basketball, getting camera operators and sound engineers, directors, producers, graphics operators, broadcasters. So in the 4 years that I've been here, it's come a long way. I know AJ's probably listening in. He would absolutely agree with that. So again, I always want him to know that I appreciate all of his help getting us up and running the 5 cameras again today. And that number 1 camera, the center field camera, worked really well in the game the other day, and we're going to continue using it. My director today is, as always, Alec Tromke. He's trying to get away, though. He's trying to pull out on me. I don't know what. He just wants to get into that dugout down there and be with his buddy Caden Trigg, who's operating our Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard today. So we got Kobe Ross on the PA, and Jaden Perez is helping, I guess, Kobe. They have all kinds of notes on walk-up songs and pitching songs for your entertainment if you come to the ballpark. Right now, plenty of good seats still available here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. It is a Friday afternoon, though, so understand that many of you are working. Many are out of town. We do not have weekend baseball here this weekend. We are out of conference. 4 more conference weekends after this. Motlow State will come in first weekend of April. And then on the road to Harriman, Tennessee to take on Roan State. Back home for Walter State the following weekend. And then the last weekend of the year, we will travel to Jackson State. I am trying to go on both of those away trips. I've been on the Roan State and the Jackson State trips before, so I know the operation. They are both outside broadcasts, so not my favorite. But they don't have, at least Roan State does not have a big enough press box, and Jackson State has no press box to speak of. Getting a late start here as you see the folks out still watering the grass. The players are getting the field ready. Wabash Valley took an extra long BP session, so put us back a few minutes. The umpires are here. They're down talking to Jim McGuire down the third base line right in front of the Pioneer dugout. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. I want to thank Toyota of Gallatin right across the street from VolState for their support of VolState Athletics, brand new scoreboards a couple of years ago here at baseball, softball, and inside the Pickle Fieldhouse at the Richard Moore Gymnasium. Beautiful scoreboards. Love looking out there at the VolState baseball logo right between VolState and baseball, and a lot of information out there. Have been efforting to get the radar gun working on the scoreboard, but that has not worked out so far. But General Manager Eric Carr and General Sales Manager Jake Thompson been huge help for VolState Athletics, and we surely do appreciate them. So for Wabash Valley, they come in with a record of 19-15 overall. They're 9-3 in their conference. This is an out-of-conference game, obviously. And here's their starting 9. Crew Bond will lead off. He'll play center field. A.J. Malzone will be behind the plate. He bats second. Jackson Wang in left field hits third. Their cleanup hitter is Ian Check, who plays second base. Argenis Lopez is at first base. He bats fifth. Enrico Veach is the third baseman, hitting sixth. Batting seventh is the DH, Jack Scarry. Eric Correa is in right field, hitting eighth. Simon Gaines rounds out the batting order. He'll play shortstop. And the pitcher for today's game is Stone Silver, number 44. He's a right-hander from Evansville, Indiana. Stone comes in on for his 10th appearance of the year. It's his 8th start. Has a 4-1 record, including a save. 5.14 ERA in 35 innings of work. He is tied for the team lead in strikeouts with 32 make it. And he will face, let me get to the coaches here first. You see Aaron Biddle, the head coach for Wabash Valley, is out with our umpires and head coach Jim McGuire. Aaron Biddle is assisted by Jared Proctor, who is his pitching coach. His hitting coach is Evan Heilich. And one of the other assistant coaches, Troy Strack, that might have been him handing Aaron Biddle something as they meet at the plate to go over the ground rules. VolState's starting lineup. The leadoff batter is Drew Plummer. He's going to play second base. Reed Mashinsky in right, batting second. Easton Denning at first will bat third. Cleanup hitter is Gage Hoover, playing left field. Devin Thrain back in the lineup. He's in center field, hitting fifth. Carson Sanders, the DH, bats sixth. Scotty Dean is batting seventh. He'll be behind the plate. A.J. Armstrong at third, batting eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Brady Nepper, on the mound for the Pioneers. Number 30, right-hander Eben Hansen. Hansen's 6'2", 190 pounds, sophomore transfer from King University. He's from Maynardville, Tennessee. You find that in Union County. He is the son of Carl and Jane Hansen, brother to Neely, and got a host of family probably listening in if they're not here. Grammy and Aunt Betty, Aunt Carol, Pap and Mimi, everybody from Maynardville, probably watching and listening in on the VolState Sports Network on the YouTube channel. Last year at King University, 15 appearances, 3 starts, 32 innings of work, struck out 30 batters. This year at VolState, this is his 9th start of the year. 2-2 record, 36-plus innings of work, giving up 27 hits, 17 runs, 15 of those are earned. Has walked 22, struck out 46, which leads the club, and is tied for 4th in the conference. He is 3rd in the conference in strikeouts per 9 innings at 11.3. He has a 3.68 ERA, which is 4th in the conference among qualifying pitchers. He is the number 1 pitcher, starting pitcher for VolState here. It has been all year long. He will face a tough task here as Wabash Valley is a good hitting team, hitting .302. Not a big home run team. They've hit 26 of those, but 14 players have collected at least 1 home run on the season. They are a running club. They've stolen 95 bags. They've only been caught 17 times. Coach McGuire still going over the ground rules. Our umpires for today's game. We'll have Clint Magnuson and Matthew Magnuson that will be behind the plate. Again, I believe we're going 9 innings in game 1 and 7 in game 2. So a little bit different than the usual, but no games are scheduled between now and next Friday. So VolState will have a full week off of games played. I'm sure they'll get some inter-squad games in. Had an inter-squad game yesterday, maybe 3-4 inning inter-squad game. Next weekend, Motlow State scheduled to come into Gallatin, play a 9-inning game on Friday and doubleheader on Saturday. These games were originally scheduled for Saturday for tomorrow, but with rain coming in or forecasted for the weekend, did not want to risk Wabash Valley coming down and then rain coming in. We should have all clouds today, but it's pretty warm here in Gallatin. If you're not familiar with where Gallatin is, it's located about 20 miles northeast of Nashville, Tennessee. The county seat of Sumner County. I think we're forecasted for low 80s today. Kind of unusual for March in Middle Tennessee, but we will take it. VolState played a midweek doubleheader against BC Athletics on Tuesday. 10-0 win and a 5-1 victory in those games. 2 weeks, Pioneers will take on the Cumberland Junior Varsity squad. If you printed a roster at the beginning of the year, it probably is not showing on that roster. It was a late add. It'll be April 9th. VolState wearing their all whites today. Wabash Valley wearing gray pants, black tops with red numbers. Got a couple of Nashville players on the roster. And a couple from my hometown in Cincinnati, Ohio. They don't have a roster on their website that indicates where these guys are. I was just doing some Google searching and found maybe about half the team before we had to go on the air. I think I found hometowns for at least the starters and some of the pitchers that may come in. I've got an email address down there in the lower right corner, treesports@gmail.com. If you want to comment in or you want to join the show, send me an email. It is national anthem time, and we have to go take a break while this happens, so we'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
And Kobe Ross says,
Play ball.
Play ball. As I said, getting a little bit of a late start, scrambled to get the field ready. And I think they did it pretty quickly, actually. Devin Thrain back out for VolState. He missed about 5 games. Luke Lawson did a great job out there in center field and at the plate. Trying to see when the last game was that Thrain played. Played at Calhoun. Did not play in the Cleveland State Series. Luke Lawson. Good job at the plate. I think he got a hit in every game except one. Five for 13 in the 4 games, I believe, that he played. We are about set for baseball here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Eben Hansen would deliver the first pitch to Crew Bond, and that is on the outside corner for a called strike. We're underway at 1:04 p.m. Central Time. Game time temperature 80 degrees here. Brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Drilled out to center field. Back goes Thrain. He turns his back, and he is not going to catch this one. It'll hit the base of the wall. Crew Bond's going to start this game with a double to center field. Straight away to center field. Bond comes in with a .286 record, or batting average. That's his 9th double of the year. Now A.J. Malzone steps to the plate. He's one of their top hitters. Leads the club in hits, doubles, home runs, RBIs, total bases, and walks, hitting .327. Malzone from Manteno, Illinois. That's what I'm going to go with. Manteno is the information that I looked up. A left-handed hitting catcher. First pitch from Hansen is outside. Breaking pitch is up. Gage Hoover in left, Evan Thrain in center, Reed Mashinsky in right. A.J. Armstrong's at third base. Brady Nepper at short. Drew Plummer at second base. Easton Denning at first base, and Scotty Dean catching Eben Hansen, E-B-E-N. Slow breaking pitch taken for a strike. Malzone with 5 home runs, 40 RBIs. That wind is getting that bird cage out there. It's got our center field camera on it. Wind blowing from center field to right field as that pitch misses outside. Malzone's drawn 23 walks, struck out 23 times as well. Playing his 35th game of the year. There's a nice breaking pitch in there for a called strike. This is game number 35 of the year for Wabash Valley. 19-15 record. Have won their conference the last 7 years, won the tournament the last 8. Swing and a miss on the Full Count Ministries full count as Malzone was tied up on that breaking pitch, and that is a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Jackson Wang will step to the plate, left fielder. Wang from Morgantown, Indiana. Throw back to second base. That's not going to get anybody out. But you have to throw it, otherwise you're charged with a disengagement, and you're only allowed one of those per batter. Wang hitting .333. He's got 21 hits, including 7 doubles, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. There's a little more of a competitive pickoff attempt. 95 stolen bases Wabash Valley has coming into today's game. Bond is second on a team with 14. Wang squared around the bunt, pulled the bat back. Pitch called a ball. Leadoff double by Crew Bond to strike out to Malzone. Now Wang looks at ball 2. VolState is 8th in the conference. The TCCAA with a 7-10 record. Right to Nepper, gloves and throws him out. Had the ball bounced out of his glove on the backhand initially. Stayed with it and threw Wang out at first base. On the play, Bond moves over to third. Now 2 outs. Brings cleanup hitter second baseman Ian Check. C-Z-E-C-H. Check hitting .250, playing in game number 25. He has 4 doubles, a home run. Only 4 RBIs. Takes a called strike. Check from Downers Grove, Illinois. Swings, hits the ground ball to second. That's going to be a tough hop, but Nepper comes up and catches it right on the short hop and throws Check out at first base. Couple 6-3s on your scorecard as Hanson strands a runner. 1 hit in the inning, no runs, no errors, and we are headed to the bottom of the first inning. No score. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. VolState get their first look at Stone Silver, a right-hander out of Evansville, Indiana. He's a redshirt sophomore. Pretty sure you can't look up their stats for some reason from last year's squad, but a name like Stone Silver, you remember, I was trying to Google if he played in the Prospect League. I broadcasted in last year. It doesn't appear as though he did, or maybe I'd heard of him from the Ohio Valley League maybe a couple years ago. It seems like I've heard him more than just being on Wabash Valley. But not finding anything on my Googler. Well, there I did. DuBois County Bombers. Let's see if that's right. He did. Okay, so he played the DuBois County Bombers. I'm guessing that is a couple years ago. 22-23 it is. So I broadcast for the Full Count Rhythm in the summer, and DuBois County Bombers, one of the teams that went to the Prospect League, along with Full Count Rhythm, actually the only 2 teams that went last year. Drew Plummer steps to the plate, takes a first pitch strike from Silver. There's another pitch on the outside corner. Looks like Silver may have turned that over a little bit. He's ahead in the count to Drew. Plum comes in hitting 300 on the dot, 39 hits, or 39 runs, leads the club. It's a line drive right to the second baseman. That's one second baseman retiring another for the first out. Brings Reed Mashinsky to the plate. I believe his mom, Karen, said they were coming to the games today from down in Bradenton, Florida, so hopefully they're here. Reed, a redshirt sophomore, looks at a slider outside. 6'3", 175 pounds, is the right fielder. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Shinsky hitting .327. This is his 32nd game of the year. Fly ball out to center field, and Crew Bond came in, and then they had to do a little leap to make the catch. 2 outs quickly for the Pioneers. Brings up Easton Denning, hitting .312. Leads the Pioneers in hits, doubles, and RBIs. Right behind him, closely, is the man who's behind him in the batting order, Gage Hoover. Denning, a left-handed hitter. He's a freshman. Sees a fastball high and away. $16 doubles on the season. That leads the conference. 41 RBIs. That's tied for 4th in the conference. Gets that one out to shallow left center field. On comes left fielder Jackson Wang, and he makes a sliding catch for the 3rd out to rob Denning of a bloop single. 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. That will take care of the 1st inning. No score. We're headed to the 2nd, scheduled for 9 in game 1 of the doubleheader.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Argenis Lopez, Enrico Veach, and Jack Scarry due up here in the 2nd inning to face Eben Hansen. Eben as in E-B as in boy, E-N. Hansen, nothing but starts this year. This is his 9th start of the year. Lopez looks at a breaking pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. From Haverstraw, New York. I had him say his name for me in his native tongue. I can't do it justice, but Argenis Lopez. But he said to call him Argenis Lopez. Swing and a miss. That's a good morning, good night, or good afternoon, and good night. And another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Did not get to have our full count 242 group meeting this morning with game time at 1 p.m. If it had been at 2, it would have been able to meet. But meet with 10 of the players. Bible study, reading through the New Testament this year. Read about 1 Thessalonians. Enrique Veach, the 3rd baseman, stands in. Fouls that first pitch off. Veach, a freshman from Springfield, Illinois. Hitting .349, playing in game number 30. Slices that one foul out of play. Hansen's thrown 5 pitches in the inning. They've all been in the strike zone. Veach has 30 hits, including 6 doubles, 24 RBIs. Don't have height and weight for the players either. I have positions and classification as that fastball misses high and inside. The Wabash Valley College Warriors, one of the elite teams in junior college baseball in Division I. Slider just missed outside. Hanson nearly got a backward K in the book. On deck is Jack Scary. Hanson pitches from the stretch, a closed position. That's a soft liner just over the head of Drew Plummer and into right field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Wabash Valley.
Jack Scary.
Scary, S-C-H-E-R-I, steps to the plate. Scary, a transfer from Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. Hometown Peru, Illinois. He's a redshirt sophomore. Hitting .279 on the season. Throw over to first. Veach is back. Veach 8 for 9 in the stolen base category. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner for a called strike. It's been a little while since VolState's turned in ground ball double play. That'd be a good time for Hanson to throw a ground ball. It hadn't been long, though, since they've picked off a runner. They've picked off several of those. Goes in the books as a caught stealing if they take off and go to the next base. But the old-fashioned, when you were growing up, you called it a pickoff. Just like when they got in a rundown, you called it a pickle. Got some young ones here at the ballpark today. That is a very young baby right there that young lady is carrying around. She's got about a 2-year-old. Another throw over to first. He's hanging tight there with somebody else. They've been to Chick-fil-A. I bet they went to Chick-fil-A at Gallatin. Marion Greg Garrettson. That pitch is very close, but home plate umpire Clinton Magnuson says no. Two one. We'll have to wait. Veach getting some up-down workout over there at first base. Little burpee action. Slides in head first. Smoke down to third base line, foul. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes as Hanson gets his ups. Our home plate umpire is a retired Army man. Talked to him a little bit before the game and thank him for his service for being in the Army for 20 years. Now gets an opportunity to umpire some baseball. Nearly took a hack right there, did Scary, and Magnuson will check with the base umpire McCarthy, who says no. We'll have a Full Count Ministries, a full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. They got him picked if the tag is down, and they do. The tag gets him. I think he was going on the pitch. Veach does not agree with it, but that is a pickoff for out number 2. Now 2 outs and the bases are cleared. The full count still to Jack Scary, the DH. Slider is been called a strike there a lot by umpires this year, but this time it's ball 4. First walk of the game for Hanson. I would say 80 to 80, maybe 90% of the where that pitch was thrown right there has been called a strike this year. It may not be a strike, but it's been called. Throw over. This time Scary is back. Scary has been successful all 6 times he's attempted to steal. Does not go there, and off-speed pitch is up to Eric Correa, the right fielder, an 8-hole hitter. Correa is a transfer from Rice University down in Houston. He's from Puerto Rico, Carolina, Puerto Rico. That breaking pitch called a strike. Changeup misses outside. Wabash Valley with 2 hits in the game. Stranded a runner at third in the first. Enrico Veach had a hit in this inning, but was picked off at first. Now a walk to Scary, and he'll do a burpee over at first base. Correa is a sophomore, left-handed hitter at the knees for a called strike. On deck, the number 9 hitter, Simon Gaines, the shortstop. 2s on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. The runner does not go, and the changeup is outside. Great Rivers Athletic Conference in Region 24. Runner goes there, and there's a breaking pitch on the outside corner. Ring him up. That is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the second. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the second. No score. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network, directing today's camera and commercials. Alec Tromke, medical red shirt from Sarasota, Florida. Gage Hoover, Devin Thrain, Carson Sanders to face the former DuBois County Bomber, Stone Silver. Notice that he pitched the game at Drakes Creek Park. That pitch is swung on and fouled down toward Coach McGuire at third base. He gives a token wave at it. Drew Moorhead will come out of the VolState bullpen down there, retrieve that foul ball. Hoover, a sophomore, leads the club in home runs. That ball is well struck out to center field. Back goes Bond on the warning track, hauls that one in. Wind blowing in a little bit in center field. Probably held that one up from at least hitting off of the fence. So a couple of flyouts to center field. Bloop pop up out to left field and a line out to the second baseman. Brings up Devin Thrain. Redshirt sophomore. He's get the first base hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. Lines that one to right field for a solid hit. Thrain comes in hitting .277. That's his 27th hit of the year. Now Carson Sanders will stand in. Got his subdued song as he comes in, a little country song for Carson Sanders, the DH out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Off-speed pitch misses low and away from Silver. Some issues with the wind in our center field cameras. That fastball whispers at the outside corner. A.J. Malzone behind the plate, catching Stone Silver. Jackson Wang in left, Crew Bond in center, Eric Correa in right. Enrico Veach at third, Simon Gaines at short, Ian Check at second. Argenis Lopez is at first base. He's going to catch the pickoff attempt from Silver. Gets Devin Thrain back. Thrain 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. VolState middle of the pack in the TCCAA in stolen base attempts. Nice breaking pitch there in there for a called strike. 56 out of 61 attempts. Leading base stealer is Drew Plummer. He's in the top 5. Another throw over. Thrain is back. Lucas Wilburn is the first base coach. He's a first-year volunteer assistant coach, former two-way player at Lane College down in Jackson. He's from Gordo, Alabama. 1-2 pitch to Sanders, and that is outside. The Barber, Carson Sanders, hitting .271. Raise your hand if you've had your hair cut by Carson Sanders. Everybody in the press box except me. I need to get it done. 2-2 pitch. Fouled that one off toward the VolState dugout. How many of you had it done more than once? Yes, yes. Okay, so you went back. All right. Sanders making a little extra cash down here in VolState. 2-2 pitch, 1 out, 1 on. Have to wait. Thrain will get back into first safely. Argenis Lopez, the first baseman. Carson with 13 hits, a double, 3 home runs, and swings through that one. And strikes out. That is the first strikeout of the game for Silver. Now 2 outs here in the second. Brings up Scotty Dean, the catcher. Another of the crew from Clarksville. That's where our home plate umpire is from as well. Scotty, the former Rossview Hawk and the former Tiger from Chattanooga State, swings through a breaking pitch. Scotty not having the season he did last year, but he still is a threat when he gets in the box. He's got 2 bombs on the year, hitting .246, playing in game number 28 of the year. Been plunked 12 times. That leads the club. Swing and a miss on another slider. Lands just outside the strike zone. Good pitch for Silver and the Warriors. I would think if they came inside to Scotty, it would be a mistake. Going to try to stay away as I see Malzone is going to get there, and he pulls that outside pitch into left field between short and third for the second hit of the inning. So Scotty Dean gets a base hit. And runners at first and second. As you see, Gavin King is our bat boy today. Dressed out. Understand he will get his first appearance in that midweek game against Cumberland Junior Varsity here in a week and a half. A.J. Armstrong steps up. Freshman third baseman. He swings and drives one into left field. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the Chick-fil-A sign. 1 run will score. Here comes Dean rounding third. He's going to head for home. And A.J. Armstrong picks up a 2-run that double. VolState takes the lead. Framework Athletics first runs of the game. Driving in, Devin Thrain and Scotty Dean. freshman out of Woodbury, Tennessee. Drove near Woodbury. Could have gone through Woodbury on my way home from Dunlap, but chose not to. I wasn't sure if the Armstrongs want to see me. That ball's driven by Brady Nepper down into right center field. That's going to score another run. Throw is cut off, and VolState now leads 3-0 as number 8 and 9 Hall hitters getting it done here. That's back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit, bringing Drew Plummer to the plate. All this happening with 2 outs. Now Nepper at first base, Plum at the plate. He hit a line drive to the second baseman, leading off the bottom of the first. He swings at the first pitch, fouls that off. Stone Silver, the right-hander, delivers. Slow hit ground ball to third. Enrique Veach has it. Throws over to Lopez to retire Plummer. VolState gets on the scoreboard with 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 2, VolState leads 3-0.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more. The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
We're back, top of the third. Eben Hansen on the mound now has a 3-run lead. VolState and Wabash Valley did not play last year, 2 years ago. Pioneers went to Wabash, lost 12-6 in that contest, only played 1 game. I believe I broadcasted that game. I know I attempted to. I can't remember now if the internet worked very well up there. It may have. As 9-1-2 comes to the plate here in the third for the Warriors. It says Bash on the front of their. That's what it looks like to me, B-A-S-H. Is that what it says? Yeah. There's a called strike to Simon Gaines, the shortstop. Gaines from Crawfordsville, Indiana. Fastball at the letters for a called strike. Slider chopped foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. I believe the first year that Jim McGuire was here, Wabash Valley came to VolState. They did. Played a doubleheader. Wabash Valley won both of those games. Another foul ball off to the right side. A lot of runs scored in those 2 games, 17-12 and 12-11. VolState in Jim McGuire's era has not defeated Wabash Valley. Swing and a strikeout. That's 4 in the first 9 that have come to the plate for Eben Hansen, who came in with 46, now with a even 50 for the year. Slider to the leadoff hitter, Crew Bond, who doubled on the second pitch that he saw from Hansen over the head of Devin Thrain out in center field. 1-0 pitch here. Breaking pitch called strike. Bond, a sophomore. 1-1 pitch is down low. No emails yet, but the other TR is checked in on the back line. Tim Raskell. It's the father of Bryant Raskell. Saw Brian out there. He was hugging the outfield wall during batting practice, and I was out dialing in our cameras, counted as 3 balls and a strike to Crew Bond. That is down low, and Bond's going to reach for the second time. Second walk of the game by Hansen. Brings A.J. Malzone, the catcher, to the plate. Bryant Raskell had no idea I was walking behind him, snuck up right behind him and said, Bryant. He jumped. He said, you sneaky. I said, just imagine if I had low crawled up to you. Throw over to first. Bond is back in time. Raskell might be hanging out in Montgomery, Alabama, but he could be somewhere else. We need to play that Where's Waldo game with him. Where's Tim Raskell now? Pilot with Delta, a retired Navy pilot. He probably flew really, really fast and then stopped suddenly on a ship. Foul ball off to the left side. That reminds me of a little game we like to play up here as well. Where did Jaden Perez park today? He slipped out on us. I didn't see him leave. Noah Staki. He is not here. Throw over to first. Bond back in time. Malzone was a strikeout victim in the first. Started to go there, and plate umpire looked like he was about to make the call, but I think he was waiting to see if Malzone was going to swing. 1-1 pitch. We'll wait. Aaron Biddle is the head coach for Wabash Valley. I'm assuming his third base coach and first base coach are his assistant coaches, Evan Heilich and Troy Strack. Is that breaking pitch in there for a called strike? Malzone right away shaking his head, no. But he's the catcher. He can't be too vehement in his disagreement. That fastball misses high and away. Hansen, a transfer from King University. He's a former Tornado. 2-2 pitch is thrown to first. Wind has died down a little bit. It looks like it's actually blowing out now to center field. There's a ground ball to the left side. It's going to be a tough play for Nepper. He backhands, throws, got him! What a play by Brady Nepper. Couldn't get a ton on it, but it was accurate. He had to backhand that. Malzone running down the line. It's the third assist for Brady Nepper in the first 3 innings. Now 2 outs on the play. Bond moves to second base, and it brings Jackson Wang to the plate. He had a pretty sharp ground ball to Nepper in the first. Nepper bobbled it, then was able to pick it up and throw Wang out at first. Wang's a sophomore. Again, I couldn't go back and find last year's statistics for these guys. Not sure if there's a glitch in Presto or not. Wang, a right-handed hitter. Looks like he's probably about 6'2". I'm going to go 185. Good-looking ball player. Wabash has got some pretty sturdy-looking players. Maybe they look a little different after you see BCA come up there. There's a slider, it misses away. BCA, which is a post-grad school, had a lot of smaller players, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Crew Bond is probably about 5'7" out there at second base, but 3-1 pitch is check swing over the head of our first base coach. And a full count. Ministries full count. Count Ministries sign out there in right center field. Appreciate them for the use of some of their equipment for the broadcast. Hanson delivers. It is high and inside, and that's his third walk, second of the inning. And one of the issues is Trevor Mutzi will come out of the dugout. He's the first-year pitching coach. The fourth pitching coach for Jim McGuire here at VolState. This is an entry-level part-time position, so guys hoping to turn the part-time position here into a full-time position at other places. And Ross Spurgeon, Braden Cal have done that already. Ross Spurgeon is now a salesman. What's the name of that sunglasses? It's not Oakley. It's not Costco. What's the name of that? Costo or Costa? Costa. I think he's moved to Georgia and now he's a salesman for. I asked him and said, "Okay, you're now with Costco," and he laughed. Ross Spurgeon, a good guy. Went to Bellarmine for a couple years, then about a half a year at Midway, and when his wife said, "We're having baby number 2, and you need to get a real job," that's when he said, "Okay, I guess I'll have to get a salesman's job." Ian Check, with 2 outs and 2 on, takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. And a fastball up. Check grounded out to Nepper at short to end the first. Trevor Mutzi, a former right-handed pitcher at Cumberland University, also pitched at Motlow State. He's one of those young marrieds. There's another ground ball to Nepper at short. He's going to step on the base to get the final out in the third. 2 runners left on. Wabash Valley's left 4 on. There were no hits in that inning. No runs, no errors. After 2.5, VolState leads 3-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
2, 3, and 4 due up for the Pioneers. Reed Mashinsky, Easton Denning, Gage Hoover. Chick-fil-A at Gallatin is one of our newer sponsors. Mary and Greg Garrettson, husband and wife team over there. They been gracious to donate to the program. Appreciate their patronage of or support of VolState as we visit their place. Christian Chicken, it's the best around. Reed Mashinsky takes a called strike. He flew out to center field in the first. Chick-fil-A Gallatin just located right down Gallatin Road, Nashville Pike, Main Street. Several different names. No, he did not. He did not. He stepped back, but he did not raise the right hand. Come on, guys. Stay off of that, baby. 1-1. I know you do now, but 6'3", 175-pound redshirt sophomore, son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky. Grampy and Grammy, they're in Sarasota, Florida. It's probably about 88. Maybe it's 90 degrees in Sarasota if it's 81 here. Two balls, two strikes to Mashinsky with Denning on deck. Fouled off to the right side. Reed hitting .327, leads the team in triples. He has 2 of those. He's tied for 7th in the conference in doubles with 9. That is second on the club to Easton Denning. Just fouled that one off. Reed did not play his freshman year. Got in 6 games a year ago. It's a ground ball to short. Simon gains gloves and throws. Lopez has to climb up to make that catch, but he does. And Mashinsky out for the first out in the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Denning, freshman first baseman. Easton's from McMinnville, Tennessee. Went to Warren County High School. His dad, Terry, probably listening in the pharmacy while he's dialing up prescriptions for people. Sierra Denning is Easton's mother. Pappy and Nani and Papa and Grana, they're down in McMinnville. Stacy and Gigi, they're in Dunlap. 1-0 pitch. Popped up to the left side. That'll get out of play. Bobby Hudson, the athletic director here at VolState, steps away from that one. He wanted no part to play with that. Denning looking at a 1-1 count. Fouls another one back. There he is, Gavin King, bringing out some baseballs with the pants he wore when he was in middle school. Likes to wear those high waters, doesn't he? Got about mid-calf. About 6'4", 190 maybe? On the outside corner, says our home plate umpire. And Denning goes down looking. That first pitch, it was called a ball. I think he got some help there, but that one close enough to swing at. So the first 2 are retired here in the 3rd by Stone Silver on for his 3rd inning of work. Hoover flew out to deep center field, stands in, lets a pitch go right down Broadway for a called strike. Gage, the son of Mike and Angie Hoover. Mom Angie was sitting out in left field when he hit his 8th home run. It's not a home run, but it's a ground ball base hit up the middle. The 5th hit of the game for VolState. Hoover now 1 for 2. Came in leading the club in batting average, 373, playing in his 36th game. He's missed 1 game. Not because he was sick, but just coach's decision. Probably I know it was a midweek game. He's played in every conference game. Now D-Train at the plate, Devin Thrain. He singled on the first pitch he saw. Hits this one right off the end of the bat to Lopez at first. Thrain's going to be retired 3 unassisted. VolState cannot get anything going in the 3rd. Do pick up 1 hit and strand that runner. We are a 1/3 of the way. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Argenis Lopez will lead off. Struck out to lead off the 2nd. Five, 6, and 7 to face Hanson here in the top of the 4th. Lopez is a freshman from New York. Fastball is up. Hitting .375. This is only his 11th game of the year, 9th start, if those numbers are correct. And they're not if you print it out for VolState as he swings and misses on a breaking pitch. The game started for some reason, a couple different series when we did not have live stats and VolState was away. Foul off to the right side. The box that gets checked for games started did not get checked that day. So I know 7 games. There's strike 3 called, and home plate umpire did not know that was strike 3, but it is 3 strikes, and that's a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. 5th of the game by Hanson. Brings up Enrico Veach. Singled to right in the 2nd inning. Was later picked off. Fouls that one off. To the right side, that will get over the Bobby Hudson Pavilion down the right field line. Bobby Hudson, 39 years with VolState, not all as the athletic director. Started out as a coach, coached probably everything, maybe everything but baseball. Foul ball straight back. I know he and Johnny Lynn co-coached women's and men's basketball and maybe some softball as well together. Johnny Lynn ended up coaching 30 years for the Lady Pioneer softball team and has now just finished his 2nd as the head men's basketball coach. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Dean. It is ball 1. Bobby Hudson became the athletic director in I think it was 2006. In his ninth as the athletic director. The breaking pitch fouled off. Justin McKinney, the all-world trainer down here, getting a picture made with athletic director Bobby Hudson. Not sure what was going on about that. We'll have to find out. Coach Hudson may be on his way up here into the press box. He usually will come up. We'll get the word from him. Maybe I'll put the headphones on him. 1-2 pitch coming to Veach. Another foul ball. Let's see if Mashinsky's got room. He's coming hard. And that will land inside the bullpen. Reed didn't want to sell out and hop over the fence and make the catch inside the bullpen, probably because it would have not counted. Long-legged, 6'2", or as Alec Tromke would say, Reed Mashinsky's 6'8". There he is, the Hall of Famer, Bobby Hudson. Another pitch spiked in the dirt. Bobby, you didn't even comb your hair when you were getting that picture taken. You did, he said he didn't even care. At the break, you have to tell me why you and Justin were getting your picture taken. 2-2 pitch to Veach. Line, that's going to get over the glove of Brady Nepper off the end of the bat, and Veach is 2 for 2. Third hit of the ball game for Wabash Valley. Came in hitting .302 for the season. Just over 300 hits and just over 1,000 plate appearances, or actually official at-bats, not plate appearances. Now Jack Scary steps to the plate. He walked in the second. Wild pitch that will move Veach down to second base. Lady Pioneers taking on the Lady Eagles of Dyersburg State, lead 1-0, going to the bottom of the fifth inning. That's game one of the doubleheader, right? Okay. Bobby, you need to charge that phone. We got chargers up here. Yes, we do. Tell these guys which one you need. We got it. There's going to be a hit by a pitch. Is Scary. Now has reached base both times he's come to the plate. One was a little bit easier on the body than the other. It's the sixth plunking of the year for Hanson. Scary, who leads their club, now has one more. That's 11 hit by pitches. Mootsie will come out of the Pioneer dugout to have another chat with Eben Hansen, now with the runners at first and second, one out, and Eric Correa, the right fielder, and number 8 hole hitter, will step to the plate. Hansen will have a little bit of a bout of wildness from time to time. He's walked 3 batters and now has plunked 1. I believe you're allowed 6 meetings to the mound. And when you take a pitcher out, I don't think that counts. Where's Waldo? Where's Tim Rascal? He's in Montgomery, Alabama. Nearly an attempted pickoff there as Veach did get back to second base. Hansen did not turn to throw. Brady Nepper, the shortstop, working behind Veach at second base with a left-handed hitter. Breaking pitch that lands in there for a called strike. Correa looks over at his dugout, gesturing in some way as though that's not a strike. Very slow breaking pitch there. I call that sometimes it parachuted in there for a strike. 1-1 count. That is a base hit into right field. Mashinsky gloves. He's going to make the throw, and it will be late. Correa gets the Warriors on the scoreboard with a base hit. Veach comes in to score. Down to second goes Scary. 2 hits in the inning. As the VolState bullpen starts to stir. Sure, Coach McGuire is hoping to get at least 5 innings out of Hansen here in the 9-inning game. Simon Gaines going to bunt, and that's going to be in the air. Hansen gloves and cannot get the double play of Correa at first base. So a bunt pop out or line out, as it were. Nice play there by Eben Hansen to get that second out. That brings the top of the lineup, Crew Bond, to the plate. He's doubled and walked. Slider missed somewhere. Can't be too low. I wouldn't have thought. It sure didn't look like it was outside. Throw back to Nepper at second base. Probably been 6 or 7 pickoffs this year by VolState pitchers. Count 2-0 to Crew with a K, Bond. Where's the number 1? From Illinois, there's a breaking pitch. Again, that pitch is called a strike seemingly on a regular basis. Not called here, 3-0 pitch. You'll definitely get 1 ball out. That's fastball in there. Called a strike. Seen umpires do 2 and 3 balls outside. You don't normally get 2 and 3 inside, but you get it outside. 3-1 count, 2 outs, 2 on, 1 in. Ground ball right to Nepper. He's going to do the same thing this inning that he did the end of last inning. He's going to step on second base for the fielder's choice, but they score 1, Wabash Valley does, on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. VolState still has the lead, 3-1. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Bobby Hudson tell me why the picture was taken over here. Apparently, those rolls are from Logan's and they're for the baseball team, right? Okay, for the players. All right. the 411 on why Justin McKinney and our athletic director were getting a picture, and the lady said she needed a picture to show her boss that she actually gave him to somebody. So there you go. Carson Sanders, 1-0 count. Make it 1-1 as he looks at a called strike. Struck out victim in the second inning. That was a 3-run inning for the Pioneers. Check swing. It did not go. Jared and Jill Sanders are Carson's parents. They're both Army dentists up in Fort Campbell's. He looks at a called strike on the outside corner. Little Papa and Grandma down in Texas. They're in Alba, Texas. Pappy and Mammy in Houston, Texas. 2-2 pitch is down. A changeup. Good take there by Carson. And we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Going into the Old Testament for our 2 verses today. Full count delivery is high, and Carson Sanders draws a leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. Stone Silver out for his 4th inning of work. That is Silver's first walk of the day. Brings up Scotty Dean, who had a base hit and scored in the 3rd, in the 2nd inning. It's a pop up into shallow right field. On comes Correa. Out goes Check, but Correa will lose his lid and make the catch for out number 1. Now A.J. Armstrong had a big 2-run double in the 2nd inning. Steps to the plate. Former Cannon County Lion, 6'1", 225-pound. Business major. Part of the freshman 242 group. Slider. Good pitch there by Silver for a called strike. Son of Jack and Sharon Armstrong. He's got a sister, Kaylee, who's a few years older than him. Paul and Nana, we almost stopped in to say hello yesterday on our drive back from Dunlap. Has a base hit into right field. Armstrong goes the opposite way. He's 2 for 2. Nice strong throw there by the right fielder. Just to show it off. If you've got it, show it off. That's what I always tried to do when I played right field. That 1 year in college. Then I got moved to shortstop. Then I liked to show it off so much, I'd throw it over the first baseman's head all the time. If I caught it. If I caught the ground ball, I'd say, hey, look what I got. Oh, I'm supposed to throw it to first. 50-50 on whether or not it got there. 2 on. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second. He's going to throw it into center field. 1 run's going to score. On to 3rd goes Armstrong on the error. Nepper reaches on the fielder's choice. Armstrong moves to 3rd on the error, and Sanders will score on the error. And VolState now leads 4-1. You're the director, baby. You run it, okay? If it's bouncing too much, just use that camera right there. Drew Plummer, that is a pitch in the left-handed batter's box that has not been called until that one. So Plummer 0 for 2. Tapper, that's going to be right in front of the plate. Silver's going to get a chance. He's going to underhand to Armstrong. Plummer reaches on the fielder's choice. Armstrong will be out 1-2 at the plate. May have been about the only play that Silver had. That's the second out. And that brings Mashinsky to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Fly out and a ground out. VolState scored 3 runs in the second on 2 outs. Have an unearned run here in this inning, but Mashinsky can make that error really hurt with a base hit right here or find a gap. He likes it going down that right field line as well, but a little lazy pop-up out to right field will end the inning. VolState scores 1. It's an unearned run on 1 hit. 1 big error and 2 runners left on base. VolState gets the run back they allowed in the top of the 4th and lead 4-1. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Got a couple faculty members showing up here. Catching middle innings of game 1. They can do that. Dr. Wendy is not here on campus. She's probably not listening in either. Her, the president of the college. She's down in Georgia as her oldest is getting married. Dr. Wendy Tossenson in her first year as the president here at VolState. Big supporter of VolState athletics. I should say avid. She's not very big. Ground ball to Plummer at second. High chop. He's going to throw on the run to retire A.J. Malzone, the catcher. He's 0 for 3. Jackson Wang steps to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk. Had to switch to the center or to behind home plate camera because of the wind that's blowing the center field camera bird cage around. Fastball is up. A little wonky here. Line drive, that's going to get over Nepper's head into left field. Hoover able to cut it off, get it back in quickly, and that will keep Wang at first base. 5th hit of the game for Wabash Valley. They're located in Mount Carmel, Illinois. Ian Check, over 2. He's going to wait. After the throw to first, a lot of activity down here in front of the press box. Young family, got some young kids. Pitch in there for a called strike to number 22, Ian, E-A-N, Check. Not sure where Downers Grove, Illinois is, but they've got several from the area in Illinois on the squad, as you would guess. Foul ball off to the right side, and Hanson gets ahead, 0-2. Got to believe that Hanson's received some offers from some schools, four-year schools. Head out, and he may be weighing some options. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. It is 6 in the game for Ib.
Up to bat,
Now 2 outs and a runner at first brings up Argenis Lopez. He struck out twice in the game. The New Yorker. It's called a balk or yelled out. Something was yelled out, but it's a high chopper to A.J. Armstrong. We called the out at first. He called something. What's going on here? Okay, the inning is not over. He allowed the play to continue for some unknown reason. A high chopper, and so it's going to be a balk. It'll be a no pitch to Argenis. And now we got to figure out how to redo it on the Toyota Gallatin. There's 2 outs. Now a runner at second. There's 2 outs. And there's a called strike. So what is it? Is that a 1-1 count now? Because the balk doesn't count as a ball. It just counts as a runner going from first to second. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Lopez. Wang moves to second on the balk. I thought I heard somebody yell something. That's popped up in the infield. It's a home run in an elevator shaft. Denning called off by Plummer. He makes the one-handed catch, and that is the final out of the 5th inning. We'll keep it right here. We have the Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight to get to. I want to thank Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for their support of VolState baseball. They delivered a skid of brick pavers to get our alumni brick patio started. Thanks to Randy West, one of the owners. Keith Green, the division manager in the Gallatin yard, made that happen. And that is for us to commemorate all the players that have come through here at VolState since 1972 when the program began with head coach Tom Kirby. Jim McGuire's the 7th coach to coach for VolState. And if you would like your sophomore or second-year player, if they're moving on to be commemorated, $100 in the right form will get that process started. There's Bryant Rascal right there. I believe they're going to get a brick in his honor that I will personally install once we get that purchase made. Send me an email at tresports@gmail.com. Today's alumni spotlight is Danny Wooten, a shortstop and outfielder from 1974 and 75. Some of you listening in probably remember those years, 74 and 75, right at the end of my middle school and start of my high school career. Academic mostly, not a whole lot of athletic at that point. As Easton Denning stands in, facing Stone Silver out for his 5th inning of work. Denning looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's flown out to left field, struck out looking, swings over a changeup there. I think VolState has 13 third-year or second-year players. 13 returning players who played in 2024. That's what it is. 20 returning players who've been with the program at least 1 year. So if they redshirted in that first year. 1-2 pitch is high and away. I think there's 8 redshirt sophomores, including Ryan Murphy. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 5th. Off the handle, and that is dumped into left field. Easton Denning picks up his first knock as Jackson Wang could not get over to make the catch. So a little blue single down the left field line for Easton Denning. He's now 1 for 3. That brings Gage Hoover to the plate. Single to center in his last at-bat in the 3rd. 7th hit of the ball game for VolState. Take a hack, Gage. He's adhering to my hitting philosophy. Swing hard just in case you hit it. That's what I used to tell my son. Put a good swing on a good pitch. That was another thing I'd say. That just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gage having an excellent year. He's slugging over 700. That's 7th in the conference. Walked more than he struck out. It's one high and deep out to right field. Not as deep as I thought. Hit that one off the end of the bat, and the catch is made by Eric Correa in right. There's the first out. Couple of fly outs and a single for Gage Hoover. He's 1 for 3. D-Train Devin Thrain steps in. He's 1 for 2. Getting his first action a little over a week, I guess. Redshirt sophomore from Summit High School, from Thompson Station, Tennessee. It's down in Williamson County, just south of Nashville, Tennessee. Takes that pitch, and it gets under the rear end of A.J. Malzone. He knew where it was pretty quickly. Retrieved it before Denning could think about getting down to second base. Devin lets that pitch go by. On deck, Carson Sanders. Thrain's 6 foot, 185 pounds. Will graduate in May with an exercise science major. Fouls that one off to the right side. He's the son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. Got a Nani and a Grammy and Grandpa up in Massachusetts. Former Summit Spartan, as was Drew Plummer, the second baseman for VolState. Came as a two-way player a couple of years ago. Pitched his freshman year. Sat out his second year as a medical redshirt. Bluff throw to first base by Malzone. Saw him throw a couple times between innings. He's got a pretty solid arm behind the plate. Two-two pitch. Another foul ball off to the right side. One out, one on. Thrain battling Stone Silver. Change up down in the dirt. Nice block there by Malzone, the catcher. Malzone's from Manteno, Illinois. M-A-N-T-E-N-O, Manteno, Illinois. Jim McGuire probably knows where that is. Fisted out the left field. That's going to get down in front of Jackson Wang. So another seeing eye base hit. That's 2 in the inning for the Pioneers. Now runners at first and second for Carson Sanders. Carson 0 for 1, walked and scored in the fourth. Swing and a miss. And not sure if that was a slider, if that was a splitter or some two-seam fastball that was moving away from Sanders. He probably missed that by a foot. Same pitch. That's outside. He's able to hold up on that. Carson playing his 20th game of the year. It's his 17th start. 8 RBIs. He's looking to increase that. He hits one hard on the ground. It's foul. Karams off the brick wall and lands down in the left field corner. Drew Moorhead must have drew the short straw. He's coming out of the bullpen and picking up all the foul balls that land down that way. Silver ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evansville, Indiana. That's right across the river from Louisville as Sanders goes down swinging on the breaking pitch. Third strike out of the game for Silver, and the second time that he's gotten Sanders. Now 2 outs. Brings up Scotty Dean. He's 1 for 2. Scotty, the transfer from Chattanooga State last year. So the pitch at the knees for a called strike. 6'2", 230-pound sophomore. General Studies major. Son of Wynn and Katie Dean, brother to Carter. Looking at an 0-1 count from Silver. Looks back at second and delivers. It is high and away. Back on the belly flop is D-Train at first base. No throw by Malzone down there. Scotty hit .313 last year for Chattanooga State. 8 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs. He drove in 37 runs with his 40 hits. He's been hit more times this year than he was last year, but he was plunked pretty regular last year too. He drew 11 balls to his body. Scored 38 runs. He was their starting catcher. 2-1 pitch. That's going to catch the outside corner for a called strike. Actually caught a lot of the plate. Now, VolState down to their last strike here in the 5th. Denning singled to lead off the inning after 1 out. Thrain singled. Now 2 outs and 2 on. Fisted, that may get down. It's over the head of the second baseman. Check, and it's going to fall in front of Correa, and that's going to score Easton Denning. RBI, as VolState hadn't hit a ball hard in the inning, but have got 3 hits. And now a run, as that one is dumped in front of Correa, the right fielder. Brings up A.J. Armstrong, who's 2 for 2. Just go ahead and have you a big day, A.J. Big day, A.J. Former 2-sport star at Cannon County. All-conference basketball player, and check swing there, fouls it back. 8 and 9 hole hitters are 3 for 4 today. Let's go to the 7, 8, and 9. They are 5 for 7. Scotty Dean's 2 for 3. Fastball is up. Tapper fouled to the third base side. Haven't seen the sun all day. It's up there somewhere, but it's behind a whole lot of clouds. Cooling down. Started the game at 80 degrees. It's now 77. It's cloud cover apparently thickening here at VolState. Foul ball off to the right side. Silver pitched last Saturday, went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, and a 15-6 win against Frontier Community College. Team in the Region 24. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1 in here in the 5th for VolState. Low and inside. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count to A.J. Armstrong. Anakin Jack. On deck, Brady Nepper. Shortstop for the Pioneers. VolState looking to inch a little closer to that 500th victory for Jim McGuire. Full count pitch. They're going to call that a strikeout. I'm not sure if that was on the swing or if it was on the call or not. I'm going to put it on the swing. Apparently not able to hold up, and VolState strands 2, scores 1 on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 5. VolState now leads 5-1. You're watching and listening on the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah.
Other action going on around the conference in the TCC AA. Walters State has defeated Dyersburg in their 3rd game of the series, 16-5. Must have had a large top of the 7th inning for Walters State. Southwest Tennessee defeated Cleveland State. I believe that is game 3 of their series down in Memphis. They won 5-3. I believe Cleveland State won the doubleheader yesterday. Chattanooga State is at Pellissippi. And Motlow State and Jackson State in a slugfest. Motlow gets the win 13-12 in Tullahoma over the Green Jays. Roan State putting it on Columbia. It's the breaking pitch into Enrico Veach, the 3rd baseman, is high. 2 balls, no strikes to Veach. 6, 7, and 8 due up here in the top of the 6th inning. Hanson still out on the mound. He delivers a strike. Southwest leading 4-2 in the top of the 7th. In game 2, so apparently they did not play a doubleheader yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch over the inside corner for a called strike. That was a 9-8 victory yesterday, Cleveland State over Southwest. Roan defeated Columbia yesterday 13-10. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count to Veach with Jack Scary on deck. So everybody else playing in conference play this weekend. VolState gets their weekend out. Ball 4. Wonder if, and I was just going to say, I wonder if Eben Hansen is on a short leash. Not sure what his pitch count is. But that is his 4th walk of the game, and Jim McGuire out of the dugout, and he'll ask for the baseball. So we'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll take a break and be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Carter Waltz, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore left-hander from Coopertown, Tennessee, is on in relief. He's from Springfield High School, son of Richard and Melanie Waltz, brother to Noah. Grandson of Granddaddy and Graham in Springfield, Granny in Coopertown, and Pops and Nana from right down the road in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Hansen goes 5+ innings of work, gives up 5 hits, 1 run. The runner on base is his responsibility. Walks 4, struck out 6, did plunk 1 Warrior, faced 24 batters. Waltz out for his 11th appearance, all in relief. 3.71 ERA, 17 innings of work, 18 hits, 7 runs. They were earned. Walked 11, struck out 14. Has hit 3 batters. He'll face a couple of left-handers, Jack Scary and Eric Correa, after the leadoff walk by Hansen to Enrico Veach. Like I said, Scary is a switch hitter. He's batted left the first 2 times, I believe. Maybe I wrote that down wrong. You know, he didn't. He got hit by a pitch in that front arm. So apparently I wrote left-handed in the wrong batter, as Waltz has delivered 2 outside the zone to Scary, the DH, who's walked and been hit by a pitch. Redshirt sophomore transfer from Creighton University. There's a slider in there for a called strike. From Peru, Illinois. There's a Brazil, Indiana. There might as well be a Peru, Illinois. It's a Paris, Tennessee as well. But Paris is not in South America. Brazil and Peru are. So that's not the same theme there. Jack Scary, a right-handed hitter. Change up on the inside corner, called strike. Waltzy not a big guy. He'll fool you, though. There's a nice slider in there for a called strike. Scary takes a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. I mean, right down the can. He got to be upset with himself, not with the umpire's call there. And now the left-handed hitter, Eric Correa, who drove in the only run of the game for Wabash Valley, hit a single to right in the fourth. Waltzy trying to get a ground ball, delivers a slider low and away. Veach still down at first base. No Jersey Mike subs yet for VolState. Jersey Mike's located right across from VolState as well. Throw over to first. I ended up making my own turkey and cheese sandwich today. It's Friday, though, so that means it's grocery day in the Reese household. My wife probably ordered some fresh turkey and cheese. We were running low. Step off on a throw in the dirt, dug out of there by Denning. Otherwise, I'd have been over there getting me a number 9 regular on whole wheat. That's a Club Supreme. Pack on the bacon. 1-0 slider in there for a called strike. Richard Waltz, he's a division manager at Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone up in Clarksville, Tennessee. Randy West, one of the owners, used to live right across the street from me, and his son and my son were best buddies. Oh, Elliot West and my son Wilson used to cross the street, going to play with each other, and every day. Then they moved to South Nashville. Hardly saw him. Breaking pitch low and away. Another ball. Is not coming to a stop. I'm assuming that's what's happening. So take that ball off. Jim McGuire is going to come out and have a chat with Matthew McCarthy to figure out what he's doing wrong. I'm not really watching for it, but Coach McGuire getting the explanation. I got to believe that it's being called on that he's not coming to a full and complete stop when he comes set. That's 2 balks in the game, by one by each VolState pitcher. Count. Doesn't matter what the count is now, as Correa is going to get plunked. He has some words to his teammates. He will go down to first base. Runners now at first and second, and the number 9 hole hitter, Simon Gaines, steps to the plate. He tried to lay down a bunt in the fourth. Popped it up, but a nice diving play by Hanson to make the catch. Almost doubled up Correa at first to end the inning. Not squaring around a bunt. This at-bat takes a called strike. One out, 2 on. Drives that breaking pitch foul down the third base line. Luke Lawson will come out and retrieve it from his teammate Gage Hoover, the left fielder. And Waltzy ahead in the count 0-2 with Crew Bond in the on-deck circle. Waltz on in relief of Eben Hansen, who goes 5 innings. plus one batter. Nice stop there by Dean on a inside pitch thrown in that spot right there to see if Gaines would offer. Don't want to throw an 0-2 pitch right down the can. Fastball tapped to the left side. Armstrong gloves, throws to second for one. No throw to first. Nice play by AJ. As Gaines reaches on the fielder's choice. Correa is out at second base for out number 2. Veach moves down to third. They have runners at the corners. Scotty Dean will step in front of the plate to call the first and third situation play. Gaines has 3 stolen bases in 4 attempts as that changeup catches the inside corner for a called strike. Bond doubled in the first, was stranded at third, walked in the third, was stranded at second, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the fourth. It's 1 for 2. Started the game hitting .286. Throw down to first. Gaines is back in time. Scotty Dean's got a very strong arm. Walt's a pitch away from getting out of the jam. 2-1 count. Fouled off to the right side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Standing up because my watch told me to stand up. And I always listen to my watch. You can tell these 3 six-packs right on top of each other. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Ground ball, the foul. Gets into the Pioneer dugout. Gavin King's got some new pearls for Clint Magnuson, our home plate umpire. We'll do it again. Runner has not gone. There's a ground ball off the glove of A.J. Armstrong in the left field. That will score 1. A.J. nearly came up with a great stop there, but Bond gets an RBI single. That run charged to Hanson. Now runners at first and second. A.J. Malzone will step to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Came in hitting .327, so if you're a Wabash Valley fan, you're saying he is due. Actually, you're probably saying he's overdue. I think we got a lot of Wabash Valley fans that are listening in. Popped up on the left side, Nepper. Still on the infield dirt, makes the catch for the final out in the 6th. But Wabash Valley gets 1 back on 1 hit, the RBI single by Crew Bond. No errors, 2 runners left on base. After 5.5, it is 5-2. VolState leads. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
New pitcher out for Wabash Valley. Trevor Fishman is the new pitcher. On for Stone Silver. He's a right-hander. He's from Tinley Park, Illinois, redshirt freshman. Fishman, a 3.47 ERA. This is his 12th appearance of the year. He came in tied with Christian Brown, the most appearances by a Warrior pitcher. He has 2 saves on the year. 23 to third innings, giving up 22 hits, 10 runs, 9 of those earned. Walked 8, struck out 31 batters in 23 innings. He has plunked 2 batters. He will face 9, 1, and 2 in the VolState lineup. Brady Nepper, Drew Plummer, and Reed Mashinsky to face Trevor Fishman. High chopper to third. Veach gloves. Throws on to first base. Plummer retired on 1 pitch. Sorry, Nepper retired on 1 pitch. Plummer coming to the plate. Brady Nepper had an RBI single in the second. He's 1 for 3. 5 hits in the 9 at-bats by the bottom 3 in the order. Plummer looks at a called strike. Plum looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. Plummer, redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 170 pounds. He's the son of Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill and Stacy Plummer in Thompson Station. Younger brother of Brennan and Robbie. Bobby and Nana, I don't see them here. They're probably listening in on the VolState Sports Network. Nana Sue is in Hendersonville. Mimi is in Spring Hills. That ball's popped up and out of play. Poppy and Nana. Bob and Lynn Plummer. It's always great to see them here at Pioneer Field. Got some folks sitting out and in left field. Brought their lawn chairs. Count goes full. Plum looking at full count. Ministries full count with Reed Mashinsky on deck. Trevor Fishman delivers. That's down low, and Plum's going to reach on a walk. Mashinsky is 0 for 3, fly out, ground out, and a fly out in his 3 plate appearances. Hopefully Mike and Karen have made it here to the park. Breaking pitch called strike. Mashinsky has power to right field as a throw over to first. Eric Correa, the right fielder, is playing or shading Reed more toward right center field. Bond playing straight away in center and relatively deep, as is Jackson Wang. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Back goes Bond, but this will be playable for the center fielder. Plum goes halfway and he retreats. Now 2 outs. Brings Easton Denning to the plate. We play a little game up here in the press box sometimes called Yard. Something else, I think. when you guess as to who might hit a home run. I'm going to play my yard card right now. You got yours, Jaden? Is that how you show that? I don't have a hat to show it. Kobe. He's playing his yard card too. Player hits a home run, you get to crow for a little while. You get to call yourself, you can call yourself Isaiah or Jeremiah, one of the prophets. I probably would just go as a minor prophet, maybe Obadiah or Nahum, Micah maybe. I probably wouldn't come right out and say I was Isaiah. Coming strong with, that's some big shoes right there now, Kobe. 2-ball, no strike to Denning. Let's see if this is the pitch. It's not. Fishman not really come close to giving Denning a pitch to hit. On deck, Gage Hoover. Denning with 2 home runs. He leads the club in RBIs, 41. And he did not get a pitch to hit there. We retain our yard card since Easton walks. Second walk of the inning. Fishman uncharacteristically with some walks. 8 walks in 23 innings. He's delivered 2 here in this inning. One of the Wabash Valley coaches realigning his outfield as Hoover steps to the plate. They probably did some scouting from watching games right here on the VolState Sports Network. All the games you can see. Breaking pitch at the letters for a called strike. Gage does not agree. Hello to the homers and the hoppers up in Pittsburgh, PA. Way outside. Malzone's got to get his Gumby arms out. Reach over and catch that one that would have been behind the left-handed hitter. Hoover's a 6'1", 215-pound sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. He's a creeker. General studies. He wants to get into construction or concrete management. Another pitch low and away, and Fishman cannot find the strike zone. Does have 2 outs, a ground out from Brady Nepper and a fly out by Reed Mashinsky, but he's walked Drew Plummer and Easton Denning, and he's gone 2-1 on Hoover. It could have very well been 3-0. There's that same pitch, and he's getting the call at the letters from our home plate umpire, Clinton Magnuson. And now the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's got a younger brother, Michael, does Gage. Low and away there for Full Count Ministries, full count. 2 outs, a runner should be on the move. Pap and Grandma Homer and Pap and Grandma Hopper. See if Gage can move a little bit closer to maybe getting some cookies sent down from Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss on the same pitch that he took for a strike twice, and he's down on strikes to end the inning. Been a little bit since he struck out. That will end the 6th and the threat. 2 left on base, no hits, no runs, no errors. We're heading to the 7th. We are playing 9 here in game 1. I'm pretty sure. I know we're playing a 9 and a 7. It's a question, is it a 9 and a 7 or a 7 and a 9? We know it's a 9-7. All right, we're headed to the top of the 7th. 5-2, VolState leads.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at VolState.edu.
Carter Waltz back out for his first full inning of work. Came on in relief in the 6th inning of Eben Hansen, who went 5 innings. He had about 5 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, walked 4, struck out 6, and hit 1 batter. 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the 7th. Left-hander Carter Waltz faced the right-handed hitting Jackson Wang. Delivers a pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. Gets the call on the outside fastball there. Carter pitched in 7 games a year ago, 7 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits. Walked 4, struck out 13 batters in those 7 innings of work. Misses with the last 2 pitches after getting the first 2 calls. Wang 1 for 2 in the game. Singled in the 5th, was balked to second, but was stranded there. Popped up on the right side. Denning's going to give it a chase and will not be able to get to it. It lands in the tarp down the right field line. Waltz pitched last weekend in game 1 of the series against Cleveland State. 2 2/3 innings in the 10-5 win by VolState over the Cougars. 5 hits, 2 runs. Had a strikeout, giving up a base hit to Jackson Wang, who's now 2 for 3. Second hit off of Waltz. Ian Check, who's 0 for 3, stands in. Check has not grounded into a double play this year. Wabash only grounded into 10, could be one here. A.J. Armstrong to second for 1, on to first, and call me Micah or Nahum. I didn't pull the yard card, I didn't pull the double play card, but I did mention it. So the 5-4-3 do-dat double play, just what the doctor ordered. Nice start to that double play by A.J. Armstrong, who's done a fantastic job down at third base defensively. Wang out ahead of that ground ball as Lopez pops one foul down the right field line. Gets over the Bobby Hudson pavilion down the right field line. I could just smell those hamburgers cooking already. Breaking pitch, apparently curved around the plate. But I guess it will be a while before VolState's going to host the conference tournament again. Had it in the spring of 2023. And it was at Columbia State last year. Swing and a miss on a changeup. State, and then back at Columbia State next year. Coach Hudson, is Walter State getting some lights this summer? Supposed to. Right now, only 3 members of the TCCAA can host the baseball and softball tournament, you have to have on-campus facilities, right? Lights. And so USA Stadium has lights for Southwest Tennessee, but the softball complexes, we have a full count Ministries, full count, and a check swing and a strikeout. That's not just any old strikeout. That's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Second of the game for Carter Waltz. As 3 up, 3 down in that inning, thanks to the 5-4-3 do-dat double play. As it is stretch time here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. And you know what that means? It means absolutely nothing here. We're going to take a break. Be right back with the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. That's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Devin Thrain will lead it off for VolState against Trevor Fishman. Back out for his second inning of work. D-Train looks at a called strike. Thrain 2 for 3 in his first game back after missing 5. Take a cut. Now down 0-2. Singled and scored in the second, grounded out and singled. Stranded at second in the 5th inning. Our director had to have a little break here. Now he announces that he's back. Well, we missed you while you were gone. Lady Pioneers softball won 4-1 in game 1 of their doubleheader at Dyersburg. It's now 3 straight that they've defeated the Lady Eagles. Breaking pitch stayed up. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Carson Sanders. Stone Silver went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those were earned, and D-Train's going to make a right turn back to the dugout. He knew that breaking pitch was in there for strike 3. Second strikeout for Fishman. Sanders steps in. He's been a strikeout victim twice, also walked and scored in the 4th. That was the unearned run given up by Stone Silver. Silver walked 1. Struck out 4. He is right now on the hook for the decision for Wabash Valley. Carson takes a hack at a high breaking pitch, but we've seen that breaking pitch called at the letters. 4 strikes, especially here later in the game. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Another backward K in the books. That's 3 straight for Fishman. Might have got a little bit of help there on That outside pitch as Scotty Dean steps up. He's 2 for 3. Scored a run, driven in a run. VolState with 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth as a check swing fouled off the backstop. Collected 9 hits in the game. Wabash Valley with 1 in the fourth and 1 in the sixth inning. Fastball in there for called strike. Fishman working quickly and working efficiently here in the seventh. Walk 2 in the sixth. Struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. High chopper to the shortstop. Simon Gaines had to back up, and his throw is not going to get Scotty Dean as he couldn't get anything behind that. That should be an infield single, and that's what the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard says, because he's right here to my left. He doesn't have Coach McGuire around to ask. He's down in the dugout, though. He's asking Coach McGuire, I assume, aren't you, for the most part? Up here, you're just making decisions on your own. What are you doing? You on TikTok there or something? You doing homework? That's what you're doing. Okay, Trigg doing homework here as Scotty Dean picks up an infield single, and A.J. Armstrong is 2 for 3. Stands at the plate. Took a strike on a breaking pitch. That pitch gets down in the dirt. Down to second base goes Dean on the wild pitch. Tromke, did I just hear you say yard card? You know, it's not a bad call. A.J. Armstrong's hot. I'm thinking about it. One pitch. Sails high. Fishman steps off the rubber, and that's his one and only disengagement for this batter. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to Armstrong with Nepper on deck. AJ with a 2-out, 2-run double in the second. VolState started. Breaking pitch lands low. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. There is a base open with Armstrong collecting a couple hits. Assume they'll pitch carefully to the Pioneer third baseman. Nepper's the number 9 hole hitter, and there's ball 4 to A.J. Walk Armstrong. That is Armstrong's 21st walk of the year. He is the highest walk to plate appearance percentage for VolState. I don't know what it is. I just know it's the highest. Now runners at first and second. Brady Nepper, first person to see Fishman. That pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by A.J. Malzone behind the plate. Keeps the runners at first and second. Nepper led off the 6th, and now we'll get a visit by who I would assume, let's see. Not sure if this is Aaron Biddle or the pitching coach. Might be the head coach, Aaron Biddle. Chatted with him just a little bit before the game. I did not talk to their pitching coach, Jared Proctor. For VolState, it's normally that was Aaron Biddle, the head coach. Was an assistant coach at Wabash and then became the head coach. I believe this is his 3rd year at the helm. Another pitch way wild. It's his 10th season with Wabash Valley. 3rd as the head man. Last year they finished 42-22, won their 7th straight GRAC, or Great Rivers Athletic Conference Championship, 8th consecutive Region 24 tournament championship. I believe it was a couple years ago that they were in the College World Series. They and Walter State were there. 2 ball, 1 strike to Nepper from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Takes a pitch down, and now 3 balls and a strike with the top of the order, Drew Plummer, standing on deck. Fishman struck out the first 2 batters of the inning looking and has walked now 2 straight. That's 4 walks. And now the bases are loaded. Nobody loosening. Now 1 lone soul has gone down to the Warriors bullpen. He's followed by a couple more players. So Fishman on thin ice with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. VolState trying to play add-on as Drew Plummer stands in looking for his first hit. He walked in his last plate appearance and sees one sail high and inside to him. He walked. It's the first walk given up by Trevor Fishman. Plummer reaches base at a 43% clip. He's walked 22 times now. Throw down to first. They can't catch Brady Nepper napping. He's being assisted. Pitch. Is that the right count? 1-1? I thought he missed with the first 2 pitches to Plum. Did he not? What count do you have? You got 1-2. Okay, I thought it was 2-0. Another foul ball. It's definitely 2 strikes now, but that one gets over the maintenance shed. Plum came in hitting right at 300. 7 doubles. He's got 3 home runs, 28 RBIs, looking to pick up a couple here. Keeps fouling balls off to the right side. Sure appreciate Wabash Valley's players helping collect those foul balls. Haven't seen anybody coming out of the VolState dugout in a while. $9 a baseball. They're not cheap. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. High chopper to the shortstop. Gaines backs up again, and he's not going to get the runner at second. That's going to be another infield single. There's a good hustle there by Nepper. Gaines playing back on these high choppers. RBI single by Plummer. Brings up Reed Mashinsky. Is it Mashinsky time? One of 4 Floridians on the club. From Bradenton, there's slider misses outside. Mashinsky 0 for 4, he's due. Called strike. VolState with 1 in the inning, 2 out. Infield single by Drew Plummer. 2 hits in the inning. Fishman delivers a fastball up. The count goes 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Easton Denning hoping to get an at-bat, but there is a lefty warming in the bullpen. All three. Christian Brown, the left-hander from right here in Nashville, Father Ryan High School, warming in the bullpen. There's a 3-1 pitch on the outside corner. We'll have a full count. Ministries, full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a verse out of the book of Psalms in the Old Testament. And the runners are going at his ball 4. It gets inside. A.J. Armstrong will score on the walk as Mashinsky gets the RBI, and that will end the afternoon for Trevor Fishman. That is the 5th walk. Came in with only 8 walks on the year, walked 5 in an inning and 2/3 innings. Aaron Biddle asking for the baseball, and he gets it. We'll have the pitching change. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. New pitcher on for Wabash Valley, left-hander Christian Brown, a sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee, attended Father Ryan High School. He will come on to face left-handed hitting first baseman Easton Denning with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Brown on for his 12th appearance. He now ties Trevor Fishman in that category. It is his 9th in relief. 27 innings of work, 24 hits, 16 runs, 14 of those are earned. Has walked 19 batters, struck out 29, and he has plunked 3 batters, has a 4.67 ERA. Trevor Fishman 1 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs to this juncture, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, faced 12 batters. Come on with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Inning started with 2 strikeouts by Fishman. Devin Thrain and Carson Sanders went down looking to start the inning. The inning looked innocent enough, and then Scotty Dean with an infield single to short. Then 2 walks, loaded the bases. Drew Plummer hit a high chopper to shortstop Simon Gaines. He did not charge it. And hustling at first base was Brady Nepper to get to second. Gaines tried to get the force of Nepper at second base, and he beat it. Plummer awarded a base hit. Not sure that Gaines would have been able to throw him out. Now a walk to Mashinsky, drives in another run as that slider from Christian Brown over on the outside corner for a called strike. Easton Denning has power to all fields. Earlier in the year, it seemed like he was going to left center field a lot more. Lately, he's been pulling the ball, and he goes the opposite way and hits a one-hopper right to Gaines. This time, he is able to underhand and toss to Ian Check, the second baseman, to retire the Pioneers. Fielder's choice ends Denning's at-bat. VolState scores 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. 7-2, VolState leads. We are through 7, scheduled for 9 here in Game 1 of the doubleheader. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for VolState. Drew Moorhead, freshman right-hander from Clarksville's Rossview High School. He's 5'11", 195 pounds. General Studies major, son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. Grandma Loco's probably listening in up in Bowling Green as Moorhead replaces Carter Waltz, who goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Did hit 1 batter, faced 8, not 11, but 8 Warriors. Moorhead out for his 13th appearance that now ties Caden Blackford for the team lead, and Blackford was tied for second in the conference those 13 appearances. Moorhead, 24 2/3 innings worth of work, 21 hits, 17 runs, 13 of those are earned. Walked 17, struck out 27. He has plunked 4 batters. He has 6 saves, and I would anticipate that he is on for a 2 innings worth of work. This is not a save opportunity at this point. So he will not have a chance. VolState trying to nail down Game 1 of the doubleheader, and he delivers a strike to Enrico Veach, who's 2 for 2. Been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. Scored twice. Slider, this one lands outside. There's the sunshine as the clouds are breaking up. Let's see if it's warming up here. Not yet, according to my communication device. Also a weather report. Chopper fouled on the third baseline. A.J. Armstrong gives it a token effort. He'll let somebody else pick that one up. That's Luke Lawson. He's the foul ball getter down the left field line. Redshirt freshman from outside of Knoxville and Powell, Tennessee. 1-2 pitch. Reached out and poked down into the Wabash Valley bullpen, and that will hop off of the brick wall. Actually, it hopped over the brick wall. Still no Jersey Mike subs. Strike 3 called at the letters on the outside corner. Down goes Veach. That's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout.
Up to bat, Jack Harry.
I might have been looking at that one myself. Veach had to look back at the home plate umpire and with a "you got to be kidding me" look. Jack Scary steps to the plate. He struck out looking. Also has walked and been hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 1. Slider conventional in there for a called strike. Moorhead has had a very, very good freshman year for VolState. Has 1 start. This is his 12th appearance in relief. 4.74 ERAs, 3-0, has a 3-0 record. 6 saves, leads the conference, and it's the most saves for VolState pitcher since the 2018 series or season. Antonio Costas had 6 saves back in 2018. Slider low and away, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Eric Correa, the right fielder. Fouled straight back. Well, the full count ministry's full count. Game 2 will start approximately 30 minutes after this game concludes. VolState, no games until next Friday, tentatively, as Motlow State will come in for the conference play. Fly ball out to right field. Mashinsky's back. He's still going back. He is at the wall. That ball's going to sail out of here. Jack Scary just hit a solo home run to right center field. Didn't seem like it was hit all that well off the bat, but Scary picks up his second home run of the year, 14th RBI. Seven to 3 is the score. As Drew Moorhead has been greeted somewhat rudely here after getting the backward K in the book. Brings up left-handed hitting Eric Correa. Swings and fouls that one off the screen in front of the Wabash Valley dugout. They don't get any shin burgers on that because of Game Time Sports Field putting up line to line. I guess the line to line is the company that does the netting and the padding. Fouled the other way as 2. Again, begs the question, where did Jaden Perez park? Are you over there again, Jaden? You farther away? You're safe there. Jaden Perez in a red shirt this year. He's from Miami, Florida. Had a window busted out the other day. So that slider misses low and inside. Drew Plummer just wanted to get into the action. Get a little toss in. Throw eluded Drew Moorhead back from Scotty Dean. Eric Correa is 1 for 2. Single drove in a run in the 4th. Struck out and been hit by a pitch. And a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. Another backward K in the book. And we'll have a pinch hitter here for Simon Gaines. Not sure what the number is here, but Gaines 0 for 3. The shortstop. You can see it? Okay. Number 43 is Max Polinsky getting a pinch hit. That ball hits the plate, I think.
Up to bat, Matt Zielinski.
Pinch hitting here in the top of the 8th inning. A couple in the dirt. Polinsky, 33 official at-bats. There's a breaking pitch on the outside corner. 7 hits, including a double, has 2 RBIs, hitting .212. Three-one count. Drew Moorhead trying to get through his first inning. Slider misses inside, and that's ball 4. Back to the top of the lineup, Crew Bond. Scotty Dean wants to come out and have a chat with Moorhead, settle him down. VolState bullpen has some activity down there. Bond, a couple of hits into the plate 4 times, but on base 3. Walked once, grounded into a fielder's choice, has an RBI. Polinsky out at first base, a redshirt freshman. Looks like he transferred from Ohio State. There's a wild pitch, gets all the way to the backstop, and Polinsky down to second on the wild pitch. He's from the Cleveland area. It says Gates Mills, Ohio. Went to St. Ignatius. St. Ignatius, I believe, is in the Cleveland area. OH. IO, there it is. Thank you, Kobe. Ground ball to short. It's going to take a bad hop. Nipper not going to have a play there. Now the question is, I think that ends up being an error, is how that, even though you get a bad hop, I think that ends up as an error. Caden Trigg shakes his head. In agreement is now runners at first and third, and A.J. Malzone at the plate. First error of the game for VolState. Runners at the corners. Malzone looks at a changeup in there for a called strike. Throw over to first. Bond back in time. Another wild pitch. Dean's going to get to it quickly, but his toss to Moorhead is errant, and Polinsky comes in to score on the wild pitch. That's 2 wild pitches in the inning by Moorhead. It's like he might be trying to reach back and throw a little bit too hard. The second run has come in. Bond moves down to second on the wild pitch. 2 runs have scored. Solo home run by Jack Scary between 2 strikeouts and a walk and an error. That will now be an unearned run. Scores 7-4, and there's a line drive into right center field. That should drive in another run. Malzone finally gets a base hit. It's an RBI as Bond comes in to score. Another unearned run. Malzone now 1 for 5, and it's 7-5. Trevor Mootsie, the pitching coach, will come out and have a chat with Drew Moorhead. Tough play for Brady Nepper. We did charge him with an error up here in the press box. That may get changed later. Jim McGuire ends up being the official scorer. He's the head coach, and he gets final say. A lot of times he and I will discuss certain plays, but he makes the final decision. As a former shortstop, I know I used to get charged with errors on a bad hop, especially if it was right to you. That continued the inning, allowed the wild pitch to Malzone that scored Polinsky. Now a base hit by Malzone. Scores Bond. Jackson Wang, who's 2 for 3, stands in there, looks at a called strike. Throw over to first. Not in time. Moorhead pitched in 3 straight games. He pitched in the final conference game at Pellissippi State, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs. And pitched in the midweek game against Calhoun. Popped up on the right side. Mashinsky, long run in foul territory, and he makes the catch look easy in foul territory to retire the Warriors, who scored 3. 2 of those are unearned on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We'll keep it right here as the 8th inning is our tribute inning. We pay tribute to David Hayden Schrum, former right-handed pitcher at VolState. He's a 2005 Macon County High School grad. Played at VolState here for Mike Crosland, the head coach at that time. A couple of years. Contracted leukemia after he left VolState, passed away in May of 2010. His motto is no regrets. And there's a sign out on the left field wall with the number 8 on it and the saying no regrets put up by his family. And the number 8, it's not been retired necessarily, but is not used at VolState since I think Mike Crosland and Ryan Hunt continued that tradition, and Jim McGuire has continued it as well. So in the 8th inning, we pay tribute to number 8, David Hayden Schrum. He has a brick in the alumni brick patio as well. So not sure if his family listens in or not, but if you know the Schrum family, let them know we pay tribute to Hayden in the 8th inning of our 9-inning contest. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Christian Brown back out on the mound. He's rejuvenated. He might be hunting a win if his team can come back in the 9th. VolState's going to try to play add-on here in the bottom of the 8th. Brown came on with the bases loaded and 2 outs and was able to get a ground out off the bat of Easton Denning. Gage Hoover stands in there. Gage 1 for 4 in today's game. Pitch in there for a called strike. See if anybody's been brave enough to send an email to T-Reese Sports. No emails. Fouled straight back. Gage, a former Mr. Baseball in 2023 at Stewart's Creek High School. A strike called. It's been a strike. Letter high, that one outside of the zone, but not far enough outside. As Hoover's now struck out his last 2 times he's come to the plate. First strikeout for Brown. Devin Thrain, 2 for 4. Stands in. There's the same pitch. That strike zone's gotten a little bit wider here in the latter part of the game. Brown will rush it up there pretty good. Father Ryan High School, that's down in Nashville, Tennessee. Catholic school and former home of Carter Vrabel, who played at both of these schools. And D-Train's going to take one right in that back. That's a spot where he probably doesn't want to get it. Hit by pitch. First time that Devin Thrain's been hit by a pitch this year. He and Tucker Lorenz the only one in the regular lineup. I say that. Easton Denning, we did talk about that. Easton Denning has not been plunked this year. While Scotty Dean's been hit 12 times. Luke Lawson going to pinch hit our Jersey Mike's first sub of the game. Luke Lawson pinch hitting for Carson Sanders. Pitch is high. Carson 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk and a run scored. Thrain at first. The fastball at that letter high mark. It's called a strike. Lawson hitting .314, playing in game number 15 of the year, and he nearly got hit. He's got 11 hits this year, all singles, 7 RBIs. Reach base, almost a .470 clip. Brown with a 2-1 count, 1 out, sails one wide. Brown came in, plunked 3 batters in his 27 innings of work. One out, 1 on. And the Jersey Mike's first sub of the game for VolState in the batting order is Luke Lawson, swings and misses. Luke, a redshirt freshman from Powell, Tennessee, went to Halls High School. 5'11", 165 pounds, the son of Cal and Beth Lawson, brother to Lauren and grandson of Paw Paw. And he is going to take one. Second hit batter by Christian Brown. Scotty doesn't want to see that. He's been hit a dozen times this year. Hello to Dee Dee and Nana. They're in Knoxville. Ralph and Kay Beeler. Paw, he's Larry Lawson in Powell, Tennessee. Scotty is 3 for 4 as time is called. And Aaron Biddle, the head coach, out of the Wabash Valley dugout. There is a right-hander loosening in the bullpen. Not sure if he is ready or not. Looks like he's just getting loose. Of course, I got a big pole in my way. I think that's number 55, Connor Quinn, right-hander out of South Bend, Indiana. Aaron Biddle not asking for the baseball, so this is just a chat. See if our home plate umpire is about ready to break this conflab up. It's an extended conversation. Strike out to Gage Hoover to start the inning off, but then hit batters Devin Thrain and Luke Lawson. Pinch hitting for Carson Sanders. With 1 out, Scotty Dean will step to the plate as the meeting is adjourned. VolState's only grounded into 5 double plays this year. At least Presto Sports says so. Christian Brown, he's ready to go. Changeup swung on a miss by Dean. Scotty singled and scored in the second. Flew out in the fourth. Singled and drove in a run in the fifth. Had an infield single and scored a run in the seventh. Batting here for the 5th time today. Slow tapper back to the pitcher, and Brown's just going to go to third base to get the lead runner. reaches on the fielder's choice. Runner Lawson heads down to third. I don't know the time was called. Luke not too poor to pay attention. Basically steals third base. So now runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Umpires are going to get together to see if anybody had called timeout. As you hear the Star Wars theme playing for Anakin Jack Armstrong, known to those of us around here as A.J. Armstrong. A.J.'s 2 for 3. He's got a couple RBIs, scored a couple of runs. And the umpires have met, and they've determined that nobody called timeout. So Luke Lawson, as the third baseman, Enrique Veach, was walking the ball back to the pitcher's mound after receiving it from Christian Brown, the pitcher. Lawson saw third base unoccupied, and he said, "I'll take that." Armstrong comes to the plate with 2 outs again. See if he can come up large for VolState. Brown delivers. It's in there for a called strike. Somebody yelling out some numbers or positioning. Brown's offering lands high. Thanks to Jersey Mike's and Michelle Fuller over there at their marketing department for their support of VolState baseball. 2-1 pitch to A.J. Armstrong. Fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. Wind blowing out to dead center field. Outfielders left in center playing relatively deep. Right fielder Eric Correa is maybe regular depth. A chopper to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. Christian Brown's throw carries Lopez off the base, and that's going to be an infield single. And an RBI to Anakin Jack. Tough play there by Christian Brown. Another infield single. VolState has not been really lacing the ball all that often, but getting infield singles. And that right there is a result of Luke Lawson's heads-up play to take third base. That allowed that run to score, and that might be a big run. Now lead 8-5. Brady Nepper stands at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. So Dean down at second. He reached on the fielder's choice. Armstrong at first on the chopper to the left side that was fielded by the pitcher, Christian Brown. A 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like maybe another changeup down low. Nine-hole hitter Brady Nepper looks on. Sees another changeup go wide. Jackson Wang still out in left field. Crew Bond in center. Eric Correa in right as another pitch goes out. At third. Got a new shortstop, don't we? It's Not Simon Gaines out there. He was pinch hit for, so have to try to figure out who our new shortstop is on a 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a called strike. We'll have another full count. Ministries full count. They don't have numbers on the front of their jersey, so I have to wait for our shortstop to turn around. Runners should be off with the pitch, and they are. Swing and a miss. Nepper down on strikes. And that ends the inning. VolState with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We're headed to the 9th. VolState leads 8-5.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Top of the 9th, Drew Moorhead back out for VolState to try to nail this one down. Not a safe situation, but he will face 4, 5, and 6. Here in the top of the 9th, Ian Check, Argenis Lopez, and Enrico Veach. Moorhead gave up 3 runs in the 8th. 2 of those were unearned. Check 0 for 4, grounded into a do-dat double play in his last plate appearance. Looks at a called strike there from Moorhead. In case Moorhead gets in trouble, there is somebody, and there's that called strike on the high pitch in the outside area for strike 2. Throw it there again, Drew. Ryan Murphy warming. That popped up. That'll get out of play. Ryan Murphy, the right-hander, redshirt sophomore out of Clarksville. Drew Moorhead, he's out of Clarksville as well. He and Scotty Dean, teammates at Rossview High School. That's his catcher. Brody Prairie, another Rossview Hawk, 2-way player on the VolState bench. Ground ball, that gets through on the left side for a base hit. Check picks up his first knock of the day. He's now 1 for 5.
Now batting.
3rd hit off of Moorhead. 10 hits now for Wabash Valley. Timeout as Drew Moorhead's going to retie his cleats. This is game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 starts approximately 30 minutes after this one concludes. We are coming up on the 3-hour mark for this game. Moorhead's last appearance against Cleveland State in game 1 of the 3-game series last. Did we play that on Friday? I think we did. We did. Friday, Saturday. Lopez looks at a ball down low. Sometimes with weather coming in, you got to change the dates of your conference series throw over to first. In the TCCAA, normally it's Friday and a Saturday. Sometimes there's a change because of Easter, and VolState will do that with the Walters State. Popped up and out of play on the right side. We'll end up playing Thursday and Friday. But if weather comes in and you have 2 days to play the 3-game series, you can play Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday. So the coaches are weather men. 1-2 pitch laid off by Lopez there. He's 0 for 4. Struck out 3 times and popped out. So they look at the weather report starting on Monday, and by about Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, they figure out when that is. Shot out the left field over is Thrain. He's still going back and makes a catch in front of the Jersey Mike's sign in left center field. Gets the ball back in. There is 1 out in the top of the 9th.
Now batting Enrico Beach.
Our Hispanic public address announcer, Jaden Perez, with the Latin pronunciation of Enrico. Jaden's bilateral. He can speak English and Spanish. He's amphibious. He can speak Spanish and English underwater. Enrico's got a couple of hits. He's also walked, scored twice. Picks up another hit as he lines one into left field. Now 2 on, and the tying run's coming to the plate. Pioneers are a doodad double play away from ending this one.
Now batting Jack Scary.
Jack Scary hit a solo home run, the only home run of the game by either team. Opposite way, he went to right center field in the 8th inning. Walked, been hit by a pitch, struck out looking, and hit his 2nd home run. That's here with 2 on and 1 out. Breaking pitch, a called strike. Moorhead might have 1 more batter if he allows Scary to reach. That's going to get through the wickets. That'll be the 3rd wild pitch by Moorhead. Now there goes the conventional double play. That goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball to deep left center field. Thrain is back, and he's going to watch that one sail out of the yard. Scary has just tied the game with a 3-run home run here in the top of the 9th. It's a good hitting club. Will end the afternoon for Drew Moorhead. We'll take a break. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we Summit Concrete called to the bullpen. 6'1", 175-pound redshirt sophomore Ryan Murphy out of the bullpen. He's from Clarksville High School. Transfer from Lincoln Memorial University. Son of Mike Murphy and Melissa Kennedy. Grandma in Clarksville and Graham's in Massachusetts. Murphy on for Drew Moorhead. Wabash Valley has just tied it up with a 3-run home run here in the top of the 9th inning by Jack Scarry. He's got 4 RBIs, 2 for 3 in the game. Eric Correa stands in. Nobody on, 1 out. First pitch sails high, goes to the backstop. I think that ended up being Connor Brown, who came in for Simon Gaines at shortstop. Saw him with a bat. He no longer has a bat. It's another left-handed hitter, number 34, Owen Cornett, who's in the on-deck circle. So they may be playing their 3rd shortstop in the game. That fastball misses up. Count goes 2-1 to Correa, who's 1 for 3 in the game. Struck out twice, been hit by a pitch. Single drove in the first run of the game. Murphy misses high and away. He wants a new baseball. Fastball catches the inside corner. We'll have a full count. Ministries, full count. Ball 4. The go-ahead run is on base. Pinch hitting is Owen Cornett. Owen Cornett. Like I said, I think Connor Brown, I saw a number 14 grab a bat and get in the on-deck circle. I believe he is the one who came in and played shortstop, and they'll have a 3rd shortstop because Mr. Cornett here is a first baseman. 1 out, throw over to first, and that hits the runner. Otherwise, that was going to the wall. Denning never got a glove on it. Smoked foul down the right field line. Oh, 1 pitch, runner goes. Pitch is called a strike. Throw down is not in time. Correa gets the stolen base. First stolen base of the game for either team. That is Correa's 8th stolen base in 11 attempts. Cornett hitting .267, playing in his 25th game. He's got 12 hits on a season. 2 of those are doubles. He's got 4 home runs, which is 2nd on the club, 13 driven in. Murphy with an 0-2 pitch is high. 1-2 pitch coming from Ryan Murphy. Looks back at second. He's going to throw to second. Owen Cornett. The internet says from DuQuoin, Illinois. Breaking pitch low and away. I assume that's how you say that. DU. Then QUOIN. DuQuoin. Two balls, two strikes. Breaking pitch missed outside. Full count, Ministries full count. Ryan Murphy, the fourth pitcher on for VolState today. This is only his sixth appearance. He was recovering from an injury. That ball's popped out to left field. Back goes Hoover. He is under it and makes the catch. I'm sorry, what's going on?
Crew Bond.
There we go. Had some technical difficulties there. You leaned on that button. Fade to black is what's happened. That's what that FTB means. We had a fly out. I don't know if you saw it or not, but we had a fly out for out number 2. And back to the top of the lineup. Crew Bond's been a tough out for VolState. Murphy pours a strike in there. Bond with a couple of singles, reached on an error. Bad hop to Nepper. That pitch almost sailed over Dean's glove, and Dean's telling his fellow Clarksville native, former district rival, Rossview and Clarksville High School, telling him to settle down. 1-1 pitch from Murphy's breaking pitches up. If Dean squares that in, if he frames that right there, that may have been a high strike that umpire will call here. 2-1 is the count. 2 outs. Fastball misses up. Murphy's rearing back and firing the baseball. His control is not been spot on here. Walked a batter and got a fly out. There's a strike called on the inside corner. And that's only strike 2. And a full count, Ministries full count. Wabash Valley with 3 here in the top of the 9th to tie the game 8-8. Scored 3 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. Ground ball right to Nepper. Bobbles, throws, and the throw's wild. Wabash Valley, as they got the runner at second, Dennings throws, not going to be, it will be in time. Bond's going to reach on the air again, but he's going to be thrown out at second base. 1, 2, 6. Correa is going to score on the air. And it's 9-8, Wabash Valley. Go to the bottom of the 9th. VolState needs 1 to tie and 2 to win. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. New pitcher for Wabash Valley, Connor Quinn. Number 55, he's a sophomore right-hander out of South Bend, Indiana. New shortstop is Drake DeFreitas. The third shortstop employed by Wabash Valley as Quinn delivers a breaking pitch into Drew Plummer for a called strike. The fourth pitcher out for Wabash Valley. This is a save situation for Connor Quinn. Christian Brown, now the pitcher of record, went 1 1/3 innings. Give up 1 hit, 1 run. Two balls and a strike. Brown hit 2 batters, did not walk a batter. That pitch pops out of the mitt, and umpire calls it a strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Plummer. Plum had an infield single, drove in a run in his last plate appearance. Fouls that one off. 1 for 4 in the game, has walked as well. VolState had a 5-1 lead, then a 5-2 lead, and a 7-2 lead. There's a ground ball to short, the third shortstop. That's DeFreitas. He throws too late, and Plummer beats that one out. Another infield single for Plum. DeFreitas with the sidearm delivery there, and Plummer picks up a couple infield singles. That's now the tying run, as head coach Aaron Biddle wants timeout. He's going to go out and have a chat with the entire infield as Reed Mashinsky steps to the plate. Give me time to get things squared away. We do have the third shortstop, Drake DeFreitas. Don't know where Drake is from. Give us a little time to check on the scores in the TCCAA conference today. Walter State wins the series at Dyersburg State, 3-0. Southwest Tennessee defeats Cleveland State 5-3 in game 1 of their doubleheader and won 4-2. So they take the series 2-3. Roan State lost to Columbia State in 8 innings, 9-8 in game 1, and they are set to play game 2. Milo State defeated Jackson State 5-1. Reed Mashinsky squares around to bunt, fouls it off. Milo State defeated Jackson State 13-12 in game 1, so Milo State looking to take the doubleheader today. Mashinsky 0 for 4, walked, drove in a run with the bases loaded. He's squaring around a bunt, and that pitch nearly hits him, and he fouls it off. He's down in the count now, 0-2. VolState does not sacrifice bunt very often. As a matter of fact, only 8 on the season. Mashinsky does not have a successful sacrifice. And with 2 strikes, probably going to be swinging away here. 0-2 is called strike 3 on the outside corner. Sharp breaking curveball there. Freezes Mashinsky at the plate. That brings Easton Denning to the plate. He's 1 for 4. I'm going to play my yard card. There's no reason to save it. Easton Dannon's going to walk us off right here. Get VolState's first win. You're going to finish your jobs up here before you do it. Breaking pitch misses down. Don't pound on that. You're going to move my cameras. Guys are getting excited up here. Getting ready for Easton to walk it off against Connor Quinn. And he doesn't. It's a slow roller to second. Ian Check gets his first opportunity. Now the tying run is in scoring position. With 2 outs, and Gage Hoover's at the plate. Gage leads the club in home runs. He has 8. He could tie Easton Denning if he hits this one out. To walk it off, he'd be tied with Easton Denning with 41 RBIs. Gage is 1 for 5. I don't know what the delay is here, but our home plate umpire having a chat with A.J. Malzone, the catcher. Now we're set for baseball. Gage Hoover with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Overhand breaking pitch is called a strike. Gage has struck out his last 2 times at the plate, and I don't think he's been in agreement with our home plate umpire on very many of the called strikes in those at-bats. He sure wasn't on that pitch. Check swing, and he did not check. Down the count 0-2 as Malzone was calling for the pitch outside, but Quinn delivered it inside. Disengagement for Connor with a K. Quinn, who's trying to pick up the save. He has 1 save. Trevor Fishman leads their club with 2. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. And Quinn strikes out Hoover looking. And that will end the contest. VolState falls to Wabash Valley 9-8. A game that takes 3 hours and 24 minutes to play. Wabash moves to 20-15. VolState moves to 25-12. Winning pitcher is Christian Brown. He goes to 3-2 on the season. Losing pitcher Ryan Murphy. Murphy will fall to 1-2 on the season. Save, his second of the year, is credited to Connor Quinn. And the winning run scored on an error, so an unearned run. Tough loss right there for VolState, giving up 7 runs in the last 2 innings of this game. 3 of the runs were unearned. There was 2 errors in the 1 in each inning that allowed the extra runs to score on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Wabash. 8 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors for VolState. The Toyota of Gallatin player of the game for VolState. It's going to be Scotty Dean. He finishes 3 for 5 in the game. Scores twice, drives in 1. A.J. Armstrong also had a good game. Well, you know what? We're going to have to make Toyota Gallatin players of the game. A.J. Armstrong, 3 RBIs. He goes 3 for 5. He also scores 2 runs. So A.J. Armstrong and Scotty Dean are Toyota of Gallatin players of the game. Now our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, found in Psalm 86, verse 11, says, "Teach me your way, Lord, that I may rely on your faithfulness. Give me an undivided heart that I may fear your name." Psalm 86:11, brought to you by Full Count Ministries. Thanks to Full Count for their use of camera equipment, broadcast equipment throughout the year, especially on the road, and also here in the press box. VolState loses a tough one here, 9-8. Still has not defeated Wabash Valley in the Jim McGuire era. That is now 0-4, I believe. 2 of the doubleheader to try to get off the schneid there. We'll be back in about 25 minutes with our second game. It'll be a 7-inning contest. So for Dr. Wendy Tossenson, the president here at VolState, athletic director Bobby Hudson, and head coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for now. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.